This path has taken us through the wilderness of the body. We have learned how to befriend physical sensations in the natural breath. We've begun to shift away from reactive patterns of the mind and learned how to cultivate the mind states that lead to freedom. We have tasted universal truths of the human experience by investigating the 5 hindrances and the mechanics of the ego structure. We have brought mindfulness to the 6 senses and begun to touch that which is beyond the world of sensory experience. Take stock of how far you have come. We're now moving on to the teaching and the practice known as the 7 factors of awakening, namely mindfulness, investigation, energy, joy, tranquility, concentration, and equanimity. These are the qualities we develop and cultivate through the 4 foundations of mindfulness. Just like signposts on a hiking trail, they mark the path of liberation. They are the signs of an awakened heart and a liberated mind. There's no need to be overly concerned with the form of the practice or the style of the teaching. Any spiritual practice, sadhana, may be considered in the light of these 7 qualities of mind. So take a moment to inquire, does your practice awaken your heart-mind and bring these 7 qualities alive for you? Mindfulness is the fuel for the process of awakening. With sufficient awareness, the other factors, they start to unfold naturally. Without it, there is no foundation. When we move mindlessly through life, we tend to ignore the majority of our experience. Avidya, this is ignorance. We become forgetful and we lose track of our deeper intentions. Mindfulness is the root of Dharma. Mindfulness is the body of practice. Mindfulness is the fortress of the mind. Mindfulness is the aid to the wisdom of innate wakefulness. Without mindfulness, you are a heartless zombie, a walking corpse. Dear Dharma friends, please be mindful. Nyoshul Ken Rinpoche, paraphrased. We can think of mindfulness as our personal guardian. It is the guardian of the sense doors that help us stay centered in the midst of craving and aversion. It is the guardian of the heart and mind, reminding us of our true nature. It is the guardian of our intention, reminding us of our deepest longing for truth, love, and wakefulness. If we can sit without doing anything else, the whole Dharma will be revealed to us. The capacity for mindfulness is what brings us face to face with reality itself. A true person, our true self, doesn't need a particular job or position. Our true self doesn't need money, fame, or status. Our true self doesn't need anything. We just live life deeply in the present moment. When we eat, we just eat. When we wash the dishes, we just wash the dishes. When we use the bathroom, we just enjoy using the bathroom. When we walk, we just walk. When we sit, we just sit. Doing all of these things is a wonder, and the art of living is to do them in freedom. Freedom is a practice and a habit. We have to train ourselves to walk as a free person, sit as a free person. We need to train ourselves how to live. Thich Nhat Hanh from The Art of Living. So mindfulness has the quality of simplicity and bare knowing of what is. When we look for something extraordinary, we overlook what is right in front of us. The reality of the present moment is the doorway into the profound timelessness. We all know what it's like to be fully aware in the present moment with a quality of openness and acceptance. The feeling that now is enough, and the sense that we are deeply involved in it. This state of presence is familiar to us, whether we call it mindfulness or something else. It is the remembrance of what it's like to be in that state of awareness. And this shift to presence does not require time. It is an instant recognition of our natural state. Whenever we do remember, as a visceral, felt sense, we experience the state of mindfulness directly. Mindfulness is not difficult. We just have to remember to do it. Trust the natural capacity to come back to presence. Connect with your heart. It remembers. In addition to a state of being, mindfulness, sati, is also about the intention to remember. But it's not enough to have an intention to be mindful. We need to actually develop habits that put us in the state of mindfulness. The more we taste the experience of mindfulness, the more effortless the practice becomes. Over time, our neurology starts to shift away from worry and distraction toward presence. This is how we turn the state of mindfulness into a trait of mindfulness. Befriending the now. The attitudes of mindfulness show us how to attend to the present moment without getting caught up in judgments about it. Fundamentally, they teach us how to befriend each moment and how to say yes to our experience. Just like listening to a friend, we receive the present moment with openness, kindness, and curiosity. As we listen, we become receptive to whatever arises in awareness. As we soften, we become responsive rather than reactive. By embodying these qualities, we develop the capacity to hold even difficult experiences with compassion. Let's end with an inquiry. What is alive in you right now? Where do you feel this in the body? And then ask yourself, can you allow this? Can you allow yourself to be with the reality of this moment? This inquiry can be an invitation to shift into presence, into the state of mindfulness. And over time, as you practice, to turn the state into a trait of mindfulness, and thereby provide the foundation for the other factors of awakening to unfold. And this is what we continue looking at in the next frame.